I could fully understand Porzingis. You like fully
Right.
understand.
Oh yeah.
And Cologne still
Well, I mean,
can't.
Europeans speak English.
Yeah,
perfectly.
That's true.
That they take it from the time they're 5 years old.
That's true. That's
so
true.
That's always the joke.
Oh, yeah. Look at this. Next week, I'm looking at the WFAN schedule.
Okay.
We got Joe Benigno and Brian Custer.
Oh, really?
Teaming up.
Brian Custer.
And then Evan Roberts and Damon Amendolara.
All right. Well, he does he do the Knicks, the Lakers? What does he do? He's a basketball guy.
CBS.
Okay.
Kind of CBS Sports Network kind of guy. But what about Melissa's and Jones? There's always kind of a show.
I love Kim Jones. I think she's extremely talented, and she would have been good with Francesa because he defers to her and he respects her. But yeah, I don't know. She's good. She's on the NFL Network, though, right? She used to be Yes, now she's on NFL Network.
Yeah,
Penn State person.
Back to before, when we were speaking about sons, how do you guys feel about the criticism Doc Rivers is getting for not wanting to trade his son? and he didn't really he tried to cover up, but he didn't really cover it up.
Yeah, for Melo, I think that's fair.
Yeah, for Melo, you want Austin Rivers for Melo. Yeah, and maybe a few other. Yeah, I think that would be fair too. But for some reason, Chris Paul is going, and his son is still the point guard. No.
As a married man, you never want to anger your wife.
Yeah, that's true.
that's one
true.
thing. So if it comes down to angering a fan base or angering your wife, it's like, I don't know.
Exactly.
But with that said, the sole reason that Austin Rivers is even in the NBA is because of who his dad is.
Yeah.
So it's like, if he goes anywhere else, he's going to be simply cut. It's like,
it's about, man on the roster, something
exactly.
like,
It's like, why even bother, don't even bother wearing your shorts underneath your sweats because you're not seeing the light of day. Yeah.
Just come in with your fancy suit on.
What an idea that would be! Is all of a sudden you threaten to trade your kid for the better kid across.
Well, it has happened. Because I was just saying about the GM of the Tigers, Avila. I think he has traded his son. I mean, there's people who have. There was one about 2 years ago, and I forgot what sport it was, but he traded his son. Now, if your son wants to go play somewhere else, that's one thing. Or it could be that you're such an ambitious person you don't care.
Yeah,
It's like whatever. I'll trade my mother. I'll trade my son.
I want to win.
It's exactly.
Tell the promo people Santana did not throw a no-hitter. Okay, I keep harping on that. You guys kill me when you play that promo that he had a no-hitter.
Johan Santana.
I'm gonna take it because we needed that one. We needed something. I was actually watching that game, so
so were we all.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember that line coming up down left field?
Yeah. No, definitely. Not everybody's heart stopped and everything, but I was just when we got the call, we got the call. I mean,
all right, we'll give it to you.
Yeah, we need that. The Mets fans need.
I don't consider that a no hitter. However, it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy in Carlos Beltran.
Yeah.
So, but it's a curveball, Carlos. It's a curveball.
Could we break even though? We had one no hitter that counted when it was in play, but we had a no hitter that didn't count because of Armando Galarraga and Jim Joyce.
Yeah, but that was not my team. That was the Detroit Tigers. If I was in Detroit, I might have a problem with it.
They was talking about on the Mets game something with R.A. Dickey's one hitter when he got it. It was an error somewhere, and it had counted as a base hit. But now what the MLB does is they review all the errors and hits, and they see. Was it actually an error? Or was it actually a hit? Well, he could have got a no hitter out of that.
They always talk about like the greatest pitching performances in Mets history, and they'll say like Tom Seaver's many one hitters, blah blah blah. To me, it's still got to be Bobby Jones, the unlikely Bobby Jones, in the playoffs. Well, here's the funny thing about Bobby. There used to be, I don't know if you remember this, the Mets used to have two pitchers named Bobby Jones. One was righty, one was lefty, one was Bobby M, one was Bobby J. The obvious thing about them is one was white, one was black, but they can never say that. They'd be like, Bobby the lefty, Bobby J, Bobby M. Like, I don't know who Bobby M is. Exactly. Just tell me who it is, So, Anthony Young died.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, the ex-Met pitcher.
Terrible.
Even though he lost 26 in a row, he actually went out there and tried, most of the time.
Yeah, well, I as a guy that was when I had some money in my life, and I had Mets season tickets, and I was very much involved in. I had backstage passes, so to say, into the clubhouse at the time. Anthony Young was on coke a lot during those games. It can be told now. I can say it now, but I mean, that guy was high as a kite when I was back there. It's like, whoa, or his nose is bloody for I don't know other reason. But.
Dave, you can't be throwing out the participation trophies either.
Exactly. It's like silver medal, best loser.
You don't win a silver.
I actually got a participation trophy. Medal one time.
Did you?
Oh,
yes,
congratulations.
Yes.
That was a medal?
Honorable mention?
I was actually at Shaman. The only time I went to Chaminade High School was a Boy Scout swimming event.
Oh, okay.
Was you happy, Mark? Be honest. Was you happy?
You know,
I have no problem with push medals. It depends how old you are.
No, I was like maybe 13, 12 at the time.
All right.
And like...
Depends on what we're doing here. If it's a competitive thing,
I can't swim, right? I can't
So that's
swim.
good then. That's a good thing that they gave it to you.
But I was sitting there crying because like I was in last...
Wait, did you just say 12 or 13?
Wait.
Yeah,
So
now-
he was sitting there crying because he was in last.
Yeah.
So they gave that to you.
Yeah.
What did it say at the bottom of the thing? Didn't drown?
Is that Chaminade High School? And the funny thing is...
Most buoyant.
I got so embarrassed, right, that I left the whole place. And then someone comes out from the back. He's like, wait a minute, you got a medal.
Who was running this event?
The Boy Scouts.
Oh, the Boy Scouts. Okay, yeah. Well, so that's all right. This here, here's your badge for being a cry. Here's your crybaby badge.
Yeah.
So, guys, your stories, Mark, is crazy.
That's a good one, though.
That was a good one.
So I was crying. How old are you? 17. And
17.
12 or 13.
It's 12 or 13 is kind of. I don't know if that passed the sniff test.
And the only time I ever went to the old Yankee Stadium was one time, 2006, Coronado versus Sean Markham.
Oh, jeez. Well, you had a better day than Corey.
And I got so upset the Yankees won. I was crying at that game too.
Really? And you would have been how old then?
At that age, I want to say maybe I was like 14, 15.
Jeez Louise.
Mark, when did you stop crying?
Exactly. Have you stopped yet?
Exactly.
And I told everybody, no, because it was sweltering hot that day that they were actually giving out free water at the game.
Wow.
I told them no.
The Yankees get free anything. Wow.
I told them I wasn't crying. No, it was just so hot. I'm sweating out of my eyes.
Wow, you need an intervention.
Mark, be honest. Was there a time when you was around 18, 19 during that event you cried?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I think after that was the last day I cried after the Yankees won.
Well, were you always? Because there are some kids who just are prone to crying. Were you always emotional? Or?
A little bit.
Yeah, my little guy's like that. He doesn't cry, but he gets there. He goes there.
6'1" now. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, again, I'll let you go. It's just that the place I report to in the morning, Tobias Harris is out there every morning throwing the basketball around.
There was some rumors. Was it Tobias Harris? One of the local guys. Oh no, Danny Green was rumored to be coming back to these parts, but yeah, no.
No, Tobias Harris is. In fact, he runs a couple of camps, and his dad handles all the paperwork and whatever. When I say paper, I'm talking the green stuff. And no, he's a very nice fellow in the morning. So.
He came from a wealthy family, and I think he's
Hills
West.
Yeah.
And I think he still lives at home too. I don't think he ever bought.
Yeah, exactly.
The smartest way to do it.
Did he go to Tennessee? Where did he go to school?
Tennessee, 1 year, one and done.
Yeah.
Bill Self, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and just a quick one is for when you're bringing up schools and stuff like that and classifications. The new classification that a lot of schools are falling into is independent. It's like what Roslyn did. Is the families that move in and make it an affluent area don't want their kids' heads scrambled anymore. So they basically go into independent leagues, which is basically touch football with pads on, and they pride themselves in no concussions, no major injuries, and stuff like that.
Well, speaking of independent leagues, there's that school that didn't exist when I was a kid, but Our Savior New American out there in Suffolk, where they had that top basketball player who is supposed to be a first-round pick next year. Because I was reading articles about guys that they're when they're doing a mock draft for next year in the NBA. There's a lot of 7-footers and there's a lot of guys. I think Kentucky has like 5 of the guys.
Maybe that gene mutation our evolution teachers were telling us about actually happened.
Yeah, I'm telling you, because it's
and I understand these guys are tall, but is it me or is it now or even back in the NBA like back then? Their wingspan seems really long. Like
now they're
6'8" with a 7'4"
It's supposed
wingspan.
to be your wingspan it's fingertip to fingertip when you put your arms on. It's supposed to roughly be your height.
Your height.
Whatever your height is. Now these guys with 7'7", 7'8" when they're 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's standing. Now I know cars aren't as big as they used to be, but it used to be that the way they would test. This is true. Before they really measured wingspan, they would make a tall guy sit in the back seat of a Cadillac and see if he could open up both doors to see his wingspan, because that's how big the Cadillac back seat was. But yeah, they have these guys like 7'7" wingspan, and they're 7 feet tall. And it's supposed to be whatever your height is, give or take. It's a lot of times the same thing with your ring size. I don't know if your ring size and your shoe size should roughly be the same. I don't know if you guys have had that experience, but usually it's the same.
Don't ask me about ring size.
Why? 'Cause you're a Nets fan?
Yeah. Exactly.
I'll talk to you later, maybe. How's that?
All right. See you, Dave.
That
All right.
was
There
a
goes
good
Dave
one.
from Franklin Square. Oh. Whoa, some feedback. The guitar's too close to the amp. So, 516-572-7440, 516-572-7440. That's the number to call. Would love to hear what's on your mind. This is Sports Talk. It's 10:25. We have 35 commercial-free minutes to go. We've got Cameron, we've got Adam, we've got Tristan, we've got Mark, and I'm Chris. And we would love to hear from you, 516-572-7440. We've talked Yankees. We've talked some Mets. We've talked some... we haven't talked Giants. We've talked Knicks. We've talked a little bit of Nets. Talked a little bit of Islanders. Let's talk football for a second.
Let's talk it.
The New York Jets. We'll go there. And do you know that they have 4 players over 30? One of whom is the long snapper, so you can't really count him because every long snapper is going to be over 30.
Except the Cardinals won last year.
Are any of them starters? They really can't be starters, right?
One of them is expected to be a starter.
McCown.
Quarterback.
Okay, yeah.
Then they have who were the other? I'd have to look on them. I don't know. I say make a strong statement like that, and I'm not looking at who the other.
Because I'm really thinking about the guys who are. Harris is gone now. Mangold is gone now. Decker is 30 yet.
He's gone.
Decker's 30. He's on the Titans. First of all, some of these teams is about to look crazy. There's gonna be a whole lot of competition.
My thought on the Jets is they're going to be historically bad. Now, does that mean 0-16? Does that mean 1-15 or 2-14?
I see 4 wins.
Well, Max, I'm going 2.
Max,
just because. All right, they're going to beat the Bills, just because they always beat the Bills.
They're going to beat the Dolphins one time too.
So, the Dolphins are good though.
They do play the Browns, so I give them 3.
Yeah, they do play the Browns.
So I'll go 3.
They play the Browns. Thank God for that. That's one of those. Oh, I guess
the Browns.
I'll go 3.
They won a game last year, so
we could catch some picks on your old Notre Dame quarterback. Right, Kaiser. We can catch some
Kaiser, yeah.
Hopefully Jamal Adams catch one on him. But I see the Knicks winning 4. I still feel like that will give him a top 2 pick. So, the Knicks, I'm sorry. The Jets winning 4.
I can see the Knicks winning 4, too.
Oh, you better stop. If that's the case, then we don't want to know what the...
I can see the Nets winning 2, though.
Right.
Okay, so all right. so one of them so McCown we know. The other guy, Matt Forte.
Oh, Matt Forte. Should have known that one.
Matt Forte running back.
Because he shouldn't be starting this year. That's why I forgot.
Right, that's the thing.
Bilal Powell should get the starting role. I feel like he deserves it. It's about that time.
Still missing Chris Ivory.
And I'm looking.
No, we're not. But there is a 1-2 punch now. I guess you could kind of say in Jacksonville.
Tanner Purdom is the long snapper. He's also over 30.
Leonard Fournette is there now. And
I'm looking. Spencer Paysinger.
Yeah.
Steve McClendon. Is it McClendon? Yeah, 8 years in the pros. So it's out of Troy. So So defensive line, Steve McClendon. He's a nose tackle. He's the guy.
He's the one who replaced Snacks.
Yeah. So those are the.
Giants,
so there's your 4 guys over 30 on that team. Apart from that, you're looking at all young players.
So the Jets are supposed to be historically bad because what we're hearing is that they're supposed to.
They just have nobody. They're
supposed to get their quarterback in this next draft. So, but who I don't.
It's every draft.
Yeah, that's every draft. They're supposed to get a quarterback, but I'm not sure who I'm really.
I'm looking at this. How many Jets fans do we have in the room? I know. Anybody?
Jet fan?
Yeah, Jets fans.
No.
Because I'm just going to name names here, and let me know if you know who they are.
Yeah.
Jeff Adams, who went to Columbia. Robbie Anderson.
Yes.
He's a wide receiver. Alex Balducci, Kevin Beecham, Frank Beltry, Freddie Bishop, Chris Bordelon, Ben Braden, Brandon Bryant, Justin Burris, and I'm going alphabetical order. K.D. Cannon, James Carpenter,
yes.
Bruce Carter,
yes.
Chandler Catanzaro, he's the kicker. That's how I know him. Morris Claiborne, because he was at LSU.
Yeah.
It's cornerback. Jeremy Clark, Xavier Coleman, Demario Davis, we know him. He just came back. Dylan Donahue, Dakota Dozier, who's she? Lachlan Edwards, Quincy Anu, we know him.
Yeah.
Anthony Furser out of Harvard, a rookie out of Harvard. Matt Forte. Deshaun Fox with 2 X's. Deshaun Fox. That's my new fake name. From now on, I'm going to be called Deshaun Fox, 2 X's. Patrick Gamble, Christian Hackenberg, we know him.
Yeah, Hackenberg.
Frankie Hammond, Chad Hansen, Chris Harper, Connor Harris, Jonathan with Jonothan.
Come on, that's being too creative.
How can you spell Jonathan that way?
Are you that bored in the delivery room?
Now we got Julian Hauser out of Clarion. Hauser, H-O-W, this is his last name, H-O-W-S-A-R-E. Hauser, it's like two questions.